What is up, my fellow mobile gamers? In today's video, we are looking at another new evil commander we got for Season 2. Before we get started, make sure you guys are subscribe to the channel, notification bell so you don't miss a video when we live stream. Hit the thumbs up button to help support the channel because you love Season 2, because you love these new commanders. I don't know, just hit the thumbs up button. We covered, what was it? We covered the girl in our last video, so if you want to see a build for her and just an overview, check that video out. Link down below in the description box. But this video is going to be all about our big boy right here, Zegrid. I believe is how you say his name, Zegrid. Again, another absolutely amazing looking character, absolutely phenomenal as always. You're going to need the bell straps in order to recruit him or increase his prestige, and then once you get to prestige 10, he has his dark trinket accessory, commander might +4, focus +17, and then army siege for evil men will be +2. So we're going to go over his stats real quick. He is a warrior, specifically warrior commander's effect. You unlock this at level 20. You will get +25 commander might, +2 skill points, and his physical damage will increase by 10%. So just a tremendous amount of raw physical damage. 4 base stat for might, so very, very high physical damage. Base stat for focus is extremely low at only 24. So he's not going to really be doing burns or poison, anything like that. And his speed is, I would say his speed's kind of relatively low. I mean, 65, I think 65 is pretty slow, to be honest. But his big shine, you know, is just his might. Very, very high physical damage. Let's take a look at his builds, his skills. So first up, we got Brigand. Title. This commander and allied army damage dealt is +1% when battling on vacant land. I cannot stress this enough. This is super important to understand. You only get this damage buff when battling on vacant land. So he's absolutely phenomenal for taking tiles around the map, but when it comes to PvP, this isn't really going to do anything. If you're trying to attack a tile that's already captured by an enemy faction, you're not going to get that extra damage buff. So just keep that in mind. Going this build right here is going to help out early game or just even middle and late game just for capturing tiles. But again, for PvP, this build is going to really not help too much. And then for our supporting skills, we have leader, experience gained from battles +1%. So that's going to help him up, just level up faster, because honestly his prestige 3 and prestige 5 is where he really shines. In particular, his prestige 5 I think is very, very strong. And then his other skill we have is battle conditioning, which increases his speed. I think this is absolutely amazing, again, for PvE content. Now let's go and take a look at the bottom one. We have the Reckless as the title. Each round for self, damage will increase by 1%, and there is a percentage chance of succumbing to madness. So that's the only downfall. What this means is that there's a percentage chance each round that your character will get the madness effect, which means that they kind of can attack their own teammates. So that's one thing that you need to keep in mind. It's kind of like it literally says the Reckless. You put out a lot of damage, but at the cost of hurting your own team, hurting your own army, to keep in mind. But it is a very strong build. At the bottom just does a lot of extra damage. Then we have for our skills, topple. Against one enemy target, deals a percentage of physical damage once and imposes a 50% chance of being stunned for 1 round. That is, wow, very, very strong ability right there. Really good for PvP. And then we have against one enemy target, deals a percentage of physical damage, and the defense is going to go for 1 round as well. Again, really good for just breaking defenses, honestly lowering their defense. This is really strong build for PvP at the bottom. And then we have our Prestige 3. Against one enemy target, deals 30% damage once, and then against one random mounted target, deals an additional 20% damage when you max this out, you get plus 15 speed. So that really helps out because his speed's, like I said, his speed's relatively low, but if you get that big speed buff, he can be a reckoning. So this is an absolutely amazing ability, especially for PvP content. Just reducing your opponent's damage, absolutely amazing. And then we have swing against 2 enemy targets, deals a percentage of physical damage. Just you know, physical damage against 2 enemy targets, solid ability. And prestige 5 is where this guy really shines. So we have Dunlending Warriors damage dealt increased by a percentage, and when you max this out, speed goes up by 20. I mean, these two together, if you max these two out, his prestige 3 and 5, man, you're getting an extra 35 speed alone from that. That is absolutely insane. Take a look at his skills. Damage dealt by a percentage and defense minus 1.3 melee units. So again, just a strong overall ability. And then his other skill, parry. So the only problem with the tier 5 abilities right here is if you don't have access to the Dunlending Warriors, I mean, the other ones you can still use, but like that's where this really shines. And let me just go over. They're one of our new like universal troops that you can capture the camp out on the map, and then you have access to them whether you're evil faction or good faction. If we take a look at them real quick, they are a melee type unit. They're pretty strong. Tier 3 unit. They actually have 2 really strong abilities. Barbarians, siege +1, ignores faction protection effects and inflicts full siege damage against all targets. So honestly, they're absolutely amazing for PvP and taking other tiles and destroying your enemy. So that's really where this character really shines. I don't think you basically have 2 builds. You have your take tile builds, and then you have like your heavy PvP build where you're just going to go around and absolutely smash other players to bits and pieces and take over their territory. And then the other ability they have is looting. When destroying field structures, speed +2, and you gain resources. So you see, these are just built for PvP. Like, absolutely insane. I hope you guys and girls enjoyed the video. Stay happy, stay safe, my friends. Peace!